Hello guys, I hope you're fine and you all have a good mood today. I'm going to share another movie with you, and before any further ado, let's start it. The title of that movie is Yogo and Lala, and the characters of the movie is Yogo, his friend Lala, and Uncle Bear, and a lot of mice, and a king of the mice, and some big fish monster too. And the setting of the movie is the underground world of the mice and the city and the town. And now, before any further ado, let's start it. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named by Yogo, and he was living into a city. And one day, he was always wanting to be fly like a bird. And one day, he was playing outside. He saw a kite into the sky. Then he thought that how kite is flying into the sky, I can also fly. Then he made a big, enormous kite, and then he sat on that kite, and then he started to run. And from a big mountain, he jumped from that, and then he realized that I can fly. Then he flew a bit, and then after that he flew a bit, then he fell into the river, and then he flew from the river. He was flew from the river very fast, and then she fell into a big ocean. Then she was sinking there. Then an helicopter was seeing this. Then the helicopter saved her and told everything about that boy's father. Then his father scolded him a lot that why you went there and why you did this. Uh, then his son became so angry and said that now I will never talk to you again. You always say to me daydreaming that I'm daydreaming. One day I will fly, then I will tell you. Then his father became so shamed and then said that now I will not say this to you. Then the boy ran away from there and said that now I will not come back. And then he thought that where I will go now. Then he said, now I will go to the Uncle Bear and my friend Lala, and I will play there. I will have too much fun there. He is my best friend. And then he started to go, and he started the journey. He took his bag with him and some books and mobile with him and started to go. He started his journey. He was continuously going from the desert. Then he went to a green area. Then he drank some water from a river, and then he saw that there is a very big and deep river, and how he will cross that river. He started to think that how I will cross this river. And then he saw that there was a lift, and then he sat into the lift, and then it was a car lift made with a wood, and then she sat into that wood and started to roll from like a track of the train. Then it was very fast. It was going very fast, and then he landed directly on their house, and then he fell from there, and then he broke the gate and then went into that house. And then he said, oh, by mistakenly I have broke the gate of somebody gate, and I don't know who is living here. Then he saw that Mr. Uncle Bear and the Yogo are sitting onto the bench, and they are roaming here and there into the house, and they are seeing on the Yogo that Yogo has come. Then they said, oh, Yogo, you are finally we have met you. Then they hugged that Yogo and said, oh, you are so good. We have found you. Now we will play every day and we will have too much fun. Then that boy said, Yogo said that now I don't want to go home again. Now I will live here forever. Then we will have too much fun. Then the Uncle Bear said, are you really saying this? Have you got permission from your father? Your father will be worried about you. Then he said that I don't want to go. I didn't take permission from my father, but I don't want to go back. I will live here. My father will not say anything to me, and I will not go there. So how he will say and how he will do anything to me? And then he said, okay, now we have to do some work in our house. And they all started to work together, and they were setting the things and carrying things to the another house. And then and they were planning to go into another house at the tree house, so they were shifting things to that. And then in the way they saw that a lot of big giant monsters are coming towards them, and then they said, why are they coming here? Then they said, wow, they are so beautiful and their color was green. And then a mouse came from his house, and then it jumped and kicked that monster, and then the monster became red. It's this sign, it was a sign of angry. Then the monster is about it was hitting the gates, and then they started to destroy that gates and the houses, and they were attacking on the humans. Then they were running so fast, and then the Yogo and their uncle said, now we have to stop them, otherwise they will destroy our all house and houses, and then there will be nothing. We have to stop them. Then they started to run. They sat into their car, and then they were chasing them. And then once the monster jumped the car, and then he pressed that car there is food. And then they said, then they jumped out of the car, and then Yogo climbed on the monster, and the other were running behind that monster. And then they were running continuously behind the monster, and the monster was so fast. Then the Yogo said, we can come on, you come climb on this monster, you will be safe here, otherwise the other monster will put their foot on you and they will smash you. Jump, jump, you can do this. Then the uncle jumped very high with the Lala, and then they landed on the monster head. Then they sat there, and then all were going. And from there, then the uncle said that these monsters live into the water, and they live together and into the water. And then he said that, oh, it sounds like great, sounds great. And then they said that now we cannot go into the water. They all monster jumped into the water, and then they disappeared from the water. Then they saw that where they have gone, and there is nothing. And then they saw into the airport. They're tiny, tiny, so little monster like an ant running here and there onto the ground. And then they confused that what should we do now? And they are now so small. But who have done this to them? And what is happening here? Yeah, how they became so small? How they became so small? And then one mouse came out of that a house, the same mouse, and then picked that tall monster and put them into the bag, and then put that bag into his bag and started to go. And then they said, oh, you are the same mouse who threw us into the trouble, and then you were wanting to kill us, and now we will never let you go. And then they said, the mouse was having a stake. Then he jumped towards them, and then he hit that stake to the bear, and then the bear was fainted. Then the all said, oh, the mouse is so powerful. Oh, it is a little mouse, but he has fought and he has defeated a big bear. Oh, how kind of mouse are these? I said, these. Oh, what should we do now? Then he make a whistle. Then the millions of mouse came, and then they'll make a big hole into the ground. They cut the ground, and then they Yogo with the Uncle Bear and the Lala fell into that house, and saw here and there that every bear mice. And then there is a king, and then that king said to them and said that tie them. Then they tied them to the with the big tree, and it was having colorful rope with them. And then the king went to them and said, who are you, and why you were disturbing our mouse who was stealing the monster? And now we will also shrink you, and then we will make you very tiny like that monster. You came in the our way, and now we will destroy you, and we will never let you live. Now you did very wrong to us. Now we will put you into the cages. Then he ordered to all of the mice, and they all attacked on them, and then threw them into the cage. And then they were into the cage, and then they were crying. And then they said that it's all your fault, Yogo. Why you climbed on the monster, and if we were not there in search of in the parts of the finding and into saving the monster, we will not be here. Then Yoko said, I'm sorry, but my father said that you should help everybody and we should help them, so I helped them. And then Uncle Bear said, it's right to help them, but it's not right to help them without anyone's permission. It may be dangerous for you. And then Yoga said, now I'm sorry, please forgive me. And then they said, I forgive you, but how we will go out and how we will escape from this mice world? And then they said, I don't know how to come, but I have a plan. Then the Yoga said that bear threw me to that and that key. Then I will get that key and then I will get out. The bear tried a lot, but he was not able to do that. Then they sat onto the ground and started to cry. Then a mouse with wearing a peanut on his mask came and said, I want to help you. Come out, take this key and come out. Then he said, oh, why are you helping us? We are not trusting you. Then he said, why are you not trusting you? I am I will tell you everything. I will introduce myself. But first, come out. You have to save your life first. Then he said, oh, he is thinking about our life. So he is really wanting to save us. And he threw the key towards that Yogo. Then the Yogo unlocked the gate and then they all came out of the door and then they met that peanut mask. And then they said that the peanut mask said, I know how to go out and I will tell you the way. And then they were talking to each other. Then the all mice were seen and then the king said that catch them. And then they all mice were running behind them. Then the peanut mask said, now you have to run. There is the gate. And the king said, oh, to his follower that close that door. They are escaping from us. Then they were very near to close the door. The door was closing very fastly. Then and the beard went there and stopped that gate. And it was so powerful. The gate was coming down and he was pushing it up. Then he said to the Yogo and Lala, go, go, go. Then the peanut master said, I cannot go because they are behind me. Then the peanut had an idea. Then he threw a big bomb to them. Then the bomb, yes, threw them away. Then the peanut came out of the gate. And then the big rock fell from that mountain and stood behind that gate, so gate will not be able to open. They will not able to open that door and then they were locked there. Then they ran from there and then the peanut mask said that actually I'm Millie. My name is Millie and the king is my father and he is doing very wrong to us, so I left that team and I want to save them and I want do not want to destroy the world. Their plan is that they are shrinking every animal and then they will rule the world. Then the bear said why they are wanting to do this. Then they said first we have to go out, then I will tell you. Then they were running continuously and then it was the edge of the mountain. Then they said where we will go now. Then the Millie jumped down of the mountain. Then they said, oh Yogo said, oh Millie, you will die why you jumped. Then they saw that Millie bounced up and then came out of that window. There was a big hole into that floor and then he went out. Then the Yogi said, I should also go. Then he jumped again and then came. Then the bear was so scared that I will die. I'm heavy. Them also I will die. Then he also jumped and he also came back out and then they all came out and then they were on the sunlight. The sunlight was shining and there everywhere was flower. Then the Billy said, oh what a beautiful scene. I have came out once in my whole life. Wow, what a beautiful scene. It's so beautiful. It's sunlight everywhere. It's air, but underground is no air. And why the mice love this? I don't love that underground thing. And then they said that now tell us why they want to destroy the world. And then they said that once we were living very peace and my father was no more king and he was a normal mouse. And then one day and he went outside to see some to get some food. Then he went to the city and he saw some humans. Then the humans all attacked on them and threw bomb to him. Then caught him. Then they started to make fun of the mouse. Ha ha ha! How small you are! And then one of them put a fort on him. And then, but he escaped from there. Then he went his way, and then he collected all the mice from the whole world and made a plan that we will shrink them and then shrink all of the humans and all of the animals of the world. Then we will rule them and we will put our foot on them and we will make fun of them so they will realize that what we did. And then I will rule the world now. I am the bad guy. Ha 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 ha. Then he started to laugh. So now on he is doing these strange things like that, and I don't want to stay with him because he is a bad guy. He can do anything to rule the world. He can also shrink me, and then I left there. Now I want to stay with you and I want to save the world. Then they said, how we can save the world? Then they said, there is a forest named Red Forest. I don't know the name, but you know it's a red forest. Now we have to get there. There is a big river. It's the source of water. From that water is going into the rivers, and the water is spreading and everywhere. So we can uh, stop that water so water will not go then animal will not drink and jump into the water so they will not shrink. And then they were going to the red forest, and on the other hand the all mice were knowing this that they are wanting to destroy our plan. Then they said we have to do something to stop them. Then they went with their horses and sword, and then they were having the weapon like pistols and too much guns. And then they went there, and then they were chasing them, and then they sat into a bike, and then they started to run, and they were chasing them and throwing bombs to them and firing on them, and they were running very fast here and there. And then they saw the source, and then they saw there was a big hole. Then they fell into that big hole and hole again and went to that mice world again. Then they were everywhere the mouse, and then the Millie said that to his father that don't want to stay with you. Then his father said, why you are against me? Why you are wanting to stay with them? And then his father said that, then his son said that if you are my true father, you will have to agree with me that every father loves his son too much, but you don't love me. And I'm not your son anymore if you will not talk to me and if you will not listen to me. And then the bear said, yes, he is right. Every father listen to his son and agree with him, but how weird father you are not agreeing with your son. Then his father realized that you are right. Then he said to the mouse that now we will not do this. Then the mouse said, we will do. Then they broke that rock, and then all of them, the mouse, all the mouse fell into the water. Then they came out and they were shrinked, all were shrinked. Then the mouse, the king, was also shrink. Then the mouse said, then mice said, what we have done, we put our life into the gender. Then they were requesting the Yogo bear and the king that please make us like before, we don't want to be shrinked. And then they went to that place, they stopped that water, and the water spread everywhere, the water was like normal. Then they all went into their water, jumped again, then they became like before, and then they were so happy. Then they went there, and Yogo, Lala and both told everything to the human. Then the human said, okay, now we will not make fun of the mouse, and we will mice, then we will stay with the mice and we will play and we will live together. Then they all greeted the mice, and then the mice, all mice were so happy that now we will live with the human. Ha ha ha. Then they all laughed together, and that's it. I hope you enjoy my video, and if you enjoy my video, that's it. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.